If you're a divorced dad, you face a particular challenge when it comes to getting your kids to listen to you, to cooperate with you, and to respect you. Kids of divorce experience something that I call loyalty confusion because they're going back and forth between two homes. They don't want to do anything in one home that doesn't feel okay or safe to do in the other home, because it would seem like a betrayal to the other parent, and that creates internal conflict within them. I've developed a 3-step system for helping kids of divorce come into their dad's home and to be able to resolve that loyalty confusion. Let me tell you about it. Step 1 is about creating a home identity with predictable anchors. We want dad's house to be a super safe environment. And for kids, a big factor of safety is predictability. 2 things all kids need are safety and power. Safety comes from knowing exactly what you're getting into when you're walking into a particular environment. It means knowing what time is dinner. It means knowing what you need to do before dinner. It means knowing what is dinner going to feel like and how are people going to behave and what are the rules when you sit at the dining table. All these things are part of creating a home identity that has consistent, predictable anchors. Step 2 in the process of resolving loyalty confusion is about establishing your authority as a parent in your home without any conflict with the other home. The main vehicle for that is my 4-step family meeting protocol, where the family comes together every week or every time you're together if your custody schedule doesn't allow it. And through the family meeting, you're going to get your kids buy-in on what it means to be a family and how you're going to treat each other. Let me tell you really quickly about the 4 steps. Step 1 is some kind of activity to bring you to the table to help you feel grounded in the environment as a family unit. This is important because kids have to shift from being a part of their mom's household to being a part of your household. Getting present or grounded could be achieved by expressing gratitude. It could be by saying 3 good things that happened since we last saw each other. It could be by giving each other acknowledgments. A quality acknowledgement is looking at somebody and telling them what it was they did, who they were being when they did it, and what was the impact on the speaker when they did that thing. So, for example, you might say, when you volunteered to walk the dog, that was taking initiative. And that made me feel like you recognize we're a team. And you knew that I needed to get dinner started so you would walk the dog. Thank you. Okay, so that's getting grounded. That's step 1 of the family meeting. Step 2 is the calendar check. And this is so super important with our kids who are going back and forth between 2 households. They need to have a really firm grasp on the custody schedule. Even older kids are going to need a lot of repetition. I like having one of those desk calendars up on the wall so that the squares are really big, almost as big as a sticky note, so that they can see it from the table or as they walk into the room. I'm at Dad's house tonight, tomorrow night, and the next night. And then the following morning, I'll go to school and Mom will pick me up from school that day. Every week, look at the calendar and notice, oh, you're going to dinner at Grandma's house on Saturday night. That should be on the calendar. The kids need to know about it in advance. There's so much over which our kids of divorce don't have power that it becomes extra important to give them the power of at least knowing what is coming up. They may not be able to do anything about it. I wouldn't give them the power to miss dinner at Grandma's, but just the fact that they know far in advance that they're going to Grandma's house gives them some control over themselves and their schedule. Step 3 of family meetings is what I call the open agenda or discussion items. Anyone in the family can list a complaint, a cause for concern, or even a proposal for fun on the family meeting agenda. When you get to that section of the meeting, each agenda item is only going to get 3 to 5 minutes of time, so that even if a child is complaining about something, they only get to complain for 3 to 5 minutes. The advantage of this is that they have their say. They have their public forum. And because it's a family meeting, and because it's the child's time to speak and it's not your turn to talk, you're not going to start being defensive. You're not going to start shutting them down. You're not going to start saying why they can't do such and such. You are going to listen. And at the end of it, you're going to say, thank you for sharing. I always say, put on a timer. When the timer goes off, you say, your time is up. Would you like to talk about this more next week? And then, if they want more time, you put it on the agenda for next week. But the chances are, by the time you get to next week, whatever it is that they've been talking about isn't going to seem so important. You get the benefit of them having expressed their feelings and their perspective and having been heard. It's a very respectful process. Step 4 of the family meeting is to have fun. We want to end the family meeting with something fun, even if it's 15 minutes of playing Uno or of wrestling on the living room floor or going outside and shooting baskets. You want to do something that reminds the kids, hey, we have fun at Dad's house, and it feels good to be part of this family. And this whole going back and forth thing, this divorce, it's not so heavy that we still don't have room for something fun in our lives. Okay, quick review on how to resolve the loyalty confusion. Number 1, we're going to create those predictable anchors. That's a clear schedule. We're going to make the home environment feel super safe by being very consistent. Number 2, we're going to use the family meeting as one of those predictable anchors that kids can absolutely rely on, because then they know that every week they're going to have a period of time when you're all sitting down together, you're all listening to each other. If they put something on the family meeting agenda, then they're going to have their day in court. They're going to have their say. All right, step 3 for helping kids to solve the loyalty confusion problem, the problem which arises from going back and forth between two homes, is to use my seeds method to deepen your relationship and improve your communication. The seeds training provides the social emotional education that you need to really solidify and shore up your relationship with your children, and to also give your kids the skills that they need to be able to express themselves, their feelings, their wants, and their needs in a way that you are going to be able to listen to. And in return, your kids are going to be able to listen to the hard or difficult things that you have to explain to them too. Okay, so SEEDS is an acronym. The first S is about self-regulation, yours and theirs, and self-awareness. The second E is all about emotional expression. Research shows us we cannot fully express our emotions if we don't have a rich emotional vocabulary to go along with that. The second E is about empathy and perspective taking. The skill of empathy is being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Right now, your kids may feel like you can't truly understand what they are experiencing, what they're going through. Because if you did, if you knew how much pain they were in, you wouldn't be doing this to them. You and their mother wouldn't be splitting. So practicing empathy and teaching empathy makes sure that you are showing up in a way where they really feel understood. The D is about daily resilience tools. When we go through a divorce, it's like our nerves are raw and we need to put the fat back on the nerves. How do we do that? We build up our resilience. And there are concrete practices, tools, exercises that we can engage in and have our kids engage in that will bit by bit build that resilience in our kids. Put the fat back on the nerves so that when the next drama or trauma comes, we can deal with it more calmly. We've got more resources. The S of the SEEDS method is social skill building. This is where we really learn to communicate effectively as a family. You learn to have the language to express conflict and to find resolution for conflict in a way that doesn't alienate and push away the other person, but actually ends up bringing you all closer. So yes, loyalty confusion occurs with kids who are having to negotiate two households and go back and forth between two households. But with these powerful tools, it is something we can solve by creating an atmosphere in our home where our kids feel safe, by creating that home identity with predictable anchors, where they are a part of the process of creating the expectations of who they want to be as a family. Because it's not just you saying, these are the rules, and coming down hard on your kids. This 3-step process doesn't threaten the other parent, and therefore kids don't feel disloyal. And therefore, kids don't feel disloyal to mom when they follow the rules and expectations in your house because they have co-created them with you in the family meeting process. And finally, using the SEEDS method, you are going to get super deliberate about giving your kids the social emotional skills that they need to function at their highest levels so that you are creating harmony and peace and calm on a moment-to-moment, on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. If you're interested in hearing more about my program for divorced dads, reach out to me at elizabeth@stit.com. That's Elizabeth with an S, ELISABETH at stit, STITT.com. And I will personally walk you through this proven program.